Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Milestones of Financial Freedom. This is the channel in which we take you one tip at a time, one step at a time, one milestone at a time towards your financial freedom. My name is Niyi Adeoshun, the Money Management Coach. I'm your host for today. I recently got an email which I thought I should share with you. The gentleman that wrote the email wrote the following. Now, this is the question. He said, where, how, and what parameters are necessary to determine the best and safest investments? Well, investing is a topic that most people are interested in, so I decided to do this short video to answer that question for the benefit of everyone. Now, investing itself is quite a large topic, and it will take so many videos for me to be able to cover it. So I'm not able to try. However, for today, I will try and get through the basics and what you need to do before you invest. Investing in its simplest sense is putting money, effort, or time into something in order to make profit from it or to gain an advantage from it in the future. Now, you being here on earth is an investment that God the Creator has made in you with the hope that this world will be a better place because you lived in it, and that by the time you leave here, you will have reached your potential, you will have done everything that is expected of you. That is God investing in you. Now, all of us on a daily basis, we invest. We have 24 hours which has been given to us to invest. So we invest in today for a better tomorrow, okay? In every day, in those 24 hours, we invest our time, we invest our efforts, we invest our money. Even when we are in debt, we are investing. The only thing is that being in debt, you are investing in reverse. You are paying interest instead of interest being paid to you. The power of compound interest is working against you. But with proper understanding, you can reverse that so that the power of compound interest will be working for you. I hope you understand, and I'm sure you will like that. I like that. If you stick with this channel, we will be able to together reverse that trend so that compound interest will be working for you instead of against you. Okay? Now, when it comes to money, there are lots of things that you can invest in, such as properties, stocks and shares, etc. Some people even invest in coins, in paintings, in stamps, because they know in the future they will be able to get something from it. Maybe with investing, you're doing something today against tomorrow. Now, before you begin to invest, however, there are several things that you need to consider first, and I'd like you to consider these following things before you begin to invest. Number one thing, you need to build an emergency fund. You need to have a cash cushion behind you so that if something happens, you won't have to invest today and then go and pick up the money tomorrow. If you do that, you will lose money. And losing money is actually what we are going against. We don't want you to lose money. Number one thing, have an emergency fund. The money that you invest should be money that you won't be using for the next 5 years. So you don't have to go there and receive the money to use it in an emergency. Get your emergency fund, get it ready. So be prepared so that whatever happens, the roller coaster of investments will not derail your financial plan. Number two, you need to know the direction of your cash flow. A budget is a cash flow plan, but I don't like calling it budget because many people are afraid of the word budget, or maybe it scares them. I call it a spending plan. This plan will tell you how much you have coming in, how much you have going out, and it will let you know how much you can afford to invest. Not everybody can invest a lot of money at a time. You may not be able to invest a huge amount of money at one time, but you can invest a little bit of money. How much is that little bit? That little bit will it destroy all the other parts of the financial plan or not? We don't want you to do that. You should be able to know how much you can invest, and if you happen to lose money, it will not be something that will remove the shirt off your back when you lose it. It will just be one of those things. When you invest, you should be prepared to leave the money there for about 5 years, around 5 years, so to speak. Let me move on. Number three thing that you need to do is to pay down your debt. If you still have debt, pay it down, or actually eliminate it completely. especially credit card debts. Now, if you pay off your credit card or credit cards, depending on how many you have, if you pay them off, it is like investing. It's like you investing in yourself, but now instead of paying interest, the interest you're supposed to pay is staying with you. So if you don't have a credit card anymore, it's like investing at 18.9% interest. How would you like that? That's a good investment plan, I would say. So get rid of your debt as quickly as possible. If you can't get rid of it, minimize it before you begin to invest. Now, number 4, you need to track your net worth. Your net worth is how much is left when you've subtracted how much you owe from how much you own. Now, this number is actually, it matters a lot. Be careful that you do not take your financial net worth as your net worth as a human being or a person. Your personal net worth and your financial net worth are two different things. Your financial net worth may be negative, but you, as a human being, your net worth is never negative because you have been fearfully and wonderfully made. With the help of God, you'll be able to get to where you're going, but you need to track your net worth. It shouldn't be going down. It should be going up. If it's going down, then you're not doing something right. Number 5, determine your goals and your priorities. Now, understand why you are investing, because people don't just do things because everybody else is doing it. You need to understand why you are doing it. It will help you it will help to keep you motivated because you know why you are doing it. You understand? It will keep you on track to achieve your goal. Now, of course, your financial goal will determine what type of investment you want to get involved in. That is your personal thing. But these are the things that you need to get ready. Now, while you are doing these 5 items that I've just mentioned above, the number 6 thing that you need to do is to understand the basics of investing. So while you are doing this thing, while you are paying down your debt, while you are increasing your net worth, building your emergency fund, you need to take the time to learn about investing. Make sure you know what is meant by stock, what is meant by bond, what is meant by diversification, volatility, risk, and other concepts about investments. These are things you should be learning. You should be learning about while you are making your way out of debt. You understand? So that once you have money to invest, you don't have to begin learning about investing again, because you will have already known it. You don't want to lose time. Compound interest has a lot to do with time. Okay? Now, some people are afraid of investing. Don't be afraid of investing. This is one thing I can tell you, that the best way to defeat fear, the fear of failure, is to gain some knowledge. So when you learn about investing, you'll be ready when it's time. Now, let's go to the question that this gentleman actually asked. He said, where, how, and what parameters are necessary to determine the best and safest investments? I can't tell you specifically where, how, or what you should invest in. How you invest would depend on your goals. Where you invest in will depend on what you want to invest in. Every investment carries an element of risk. But if you follow what I've taught you about above, if you get yourself ready, you understand, you will minimize that risk every time. Even if you lose money, you will not lose the shirt on your back in the process, because you will have known your risk tolerance. You will not be investing in what you do not know. You will have paid off your debt, and you will have emergency fund to fall back on when you need to, or if you need to. When the time comes for you or for the investment to begin, you've already done all the stuff I talked about earlier. There are a few things you still need to consider. One of them, or the first one, is a question. What are your investment goals? You see, too often people invest money with dreams of becoming rich overnight. It is possible, but it's also very rare. It's usually a bad idea to start investing with the hope of becoming rich the next day, next week, next month. It's safer for you to invest your money in such a way that to grow slowly over time, which means you need patience. However, If your investment goal is to get rich quick, you should learn, and this is my advice, you should learn as much as possible about high yield short-term investing before you begin to invest. Anyway, I'll move on to the next item. The next item is, what is your investment strategy, or what strategy are you going to use? For the fact that investment is not a sure thing in most cases. It's like a game. When you play any type of game, you must have a strategy. Investing isn't any different. So you need your investment strategy. So you ask, what is an investment strategy? An investment strategy is basically a plan for investing your money in various types of investment that could help you meet your financial goals over a specific amount of time. So you have your goals, but you need time. Each type of investment contains within itself other individual investments that you must choose from. Let's talk about a clothing store. A clothing store sells clothes, but those clothes they consist of shirts, t-shirts, trousers, dresses, skirts, undergarments, etc. The stock market is a type of investing, but it contains different types of stock. All I'm just trying to say, when it comes to investing, never invest money without having a goal and a strategy for reaching that goal. This is essential. Nobody, no sane person will ever hand his or her money over to anyone without knowing what that money is going to be used for and when they will have it back, if they will ever have it back. If you don't have a goal, a plan, or a strategy, that's essentially what you're doing. Always start with a goal and a strategy for reaching that goal. The next thing you need to understand or determine is your risk tolerance. Now, for investments, each individual has a risk tolerance that should not be ignored. Determining your risk tolerance involves several different things, because we're all individuals and we have our own stuff that we have to deal with. Now, some of the things that will help you to determine your risk tolerance will be your age, how much you have to invest, your income requirements. What do you want to get from it? Do you want it to be coming in at a time, a bit at a time? Are you investing for growth, or you're investing for income? Those are the things that you need. Those are part of the things that you need to weigh before you go into investing. Now, risk tolerance is the degree of uncertainty that an investor can handle in regards to a negative change in the value of his or her portfolio. So how much can you handle if things are going up and down? Will it give you heart attack or something? For instance, if you've invested in the stock market and you watch the movement of stock every day, if your stock begins to drop in value, what will you do? Will you sell out, or will you let your money ride? If you have a low tolerance for risk, you will want to sell out. If you have a high tolerance, you will let your money ride. And then you see what happens. See, your risk tolerance is not based on what your financial goals are. Your risk tolerance is based on how you feel about money. Apart from risk tolerance, you need to determine what kind of investor you are. You understand? Basically, there are three types of investors. There are conservative investors. These people they often invest in cash. This means that they put their money in interest-bearing savings accounts, money market accounts, mutual funds, gilts, or treasury bills, or certificates of deposit, CDs. These are just safe investments that grow over a long period of time, and they're also low-risk investments. Now, the second set of investors are the moderate investors. These ones, they will invest in cash, they will invest in some bond, and they dabble in the stock market. They can take low to medium risk. Moderate investors often they also invest in real estate. You understand? Providing it is low risk real estate. Now, the third type of investors, these are the aggressive investors. These ones, they commonly do most of their investing in the stock market, which carries higher risks than all the other investments. So you need to know your risk tolerance. You need to know the kind of investor you are and stick to the kind that you are. You don't want to give yourself heart attack because you are investing. Now, before you start investing, it is important for you to learn about the different types of investments and what those investments can do for you. Understand the risks involved and pay attention to the past trends of those kind of investments. History does repeat itself, and investors, they know that firsthand. So, having said all that, let me say this. The overall purpose of investing is to create wealth and security over a period of time. It's important to remember that you will not always be able to earn an income or work for money, work for your wages like you're doing right now. But you should still be able to have money coming in. You will eventually want to retire. When you retire, where will your income be coming in? You know there is a difference between wages and income. Your wages are fixed. Your income are not fixed. Even if you're not working, you can still get an income. If you know how to invest, where to invest, what to invest in, you will still have money coming in, even though you're not working anymore. I hope I've been able to answer this question and have somehow prepared your mind to what you need to do before you invest and what you can expect when you begin investing. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do, so that when we have something like this, you too, you can actually write your question in. My details are at the bottom of this page. You can write to me, and I will answer your question. If it's a question I have to answer just you, I will write you back. If it's something I know it will benefit all the other listeners, I will bring it here, just like I've done today. I hope you've benefited from it. This is Niyi Adeoshun, the Money Management Coach, saying, go forth and prosper. I'll see you next time. Bye.